Okay, DGP 107. Back behind the mic, it's Steven and KP recording on a Sunday, August 10.
Howdy. Preseason is about over. Just saw the Community Shield. Congratulations, Eddie and Ketia. Some more silverware. Winner on penalties. Yeah, Crystal Palace. How about it? Back the manager.
2 trophies. Yeah, I think I heard them saying on commentary that this manager, if you don't back him, he will leave. So he's doing the talking, putting it up.
I think he's on record saying, like, if you guys don't get me my stuff, get me my players, I might have to hit the door. I say props to him. Crystal Palace is one of the teams that they don't mess around. They know their bread and butter. We're going forward. We got quick players. Mateta. Acuna Mateta. Gonna bang goals in. None of that foo-foo stuff in the back. We're not good enough for that, but we're gonna go forward and score goals. I like it.
Yeah, good for them, dude. Good for them. 2 trophies. That's nice. I don't know exactly what it means. I watched him. I was watching him closely in the game, and he missed his penalty during the shootout, so that's kind of sad. And dude, the more I watch him, I feel like he slows the game down. A lot of time it goes to him out on the wing, and his first instinct is to kind of like cut it back and slow it down. And I don't know, that's like the one thing I often find myself moaning about.
I did not catch the game. I did see where he was starting at, and it looked like it was on the left wing. They played like a 3-4-3 type formation. So you were not impressed, huh? I'm still on the Eze train, but no, you didn't like it.
I think if you like the player and it's your preference that Arsenal sign him, cool. But don't make it about if Arsenal don't sign him, this window is a 5 out of 10. Don't do that kind of stuff, because like for me, obviously he's not my preference that he comes in, but if he comes in, I'm going to back him fully. But I'm not judging the window on this one transfer. I feel like a lot of people are putting a lot of weight behind this final transfer.
Ooh, I would almost say it's the opposite. It seems to me like it would be a cherry on top type of signing. If you just took the window as is today, excellent. I think we did a really good job. If we were to sell a winger, then you have to maybe make a move for another one. But dare I say, KP, some of these preseason games, Madueke, I don't know. I saw the comps. I'm not watching the preseason games, but I am catching the comps, and I'm kind of liking it.
I heard from a friend that it looks like 11 is playing like he knows he's about to be replaced.
Let him know.
And I read the funniest thing. Someone had posted, I don't have their tag top of mind, so I apologize, but they had posted that you need to start working harder when Arsenal fans start calling you by your number.
Ooh, ouch.
And I feel like that's facts, dude. That is facts.
And we gotta say, you've been calling this dude Sticks for a long time. I don't know. He's been in the mud.
He's been Sticks for like 2 years now, man. And hopefully, look, I want him to perform. He did well. He got the assist in the Villarreal game. We can start chatting about some of those. Before that, I just wanted to say, seeing Eddie win 2 trophies, seeing the success that Smith Rowe has had at Fulham, it does make me think sometimes Arsenal really struggle to sell players because maybe they really care about where these players end up. We don't treat them as just like assets that we're swapping left and right.
I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed in the outgoings, and I don't understand why. I have a hard time figuring out, like, why aren't people interested? A player like Zinchenko, you can't tell me there's not some mid-table team somewhere that's interested in this dude and that can raise their level. We talk about, like, not raising the ceiling, but actually raising your floor. Like, to me, he's that player that can raise your floor, get you somewhere. It kind of like dumbfounds me, like, why he's still stuck around with our club when he's just gonna be around, right, for another year. That's how I see it. It's kind of interesting.
It is, dude. And I mean, look, it's August 10. The first game of the season is on the 17th, I believe. So maybe this week is the week for sell announcements coming out of Arsenal, because I feel like it has to be.
I hope so. There's just a few players you could name. Zinchenko, you could name Kiwior, you could name Trossard. I mean, that's just 3 off the top of my head that I'm like, they're good players. They can go somewhere else and really perform. But there's just not a lot of interest. And I just find that to be a little weird.
There was a rumor I saw about Fabio Vieira. So he could be one announcement that maybe comes out this week, given that last week they were chatting about some of the different negotiations going around with that player. I think Sambi, I saw a couple of snippets come out saying they're considering maybe another loan with a buy option. So there is things happening in the background. I just feel like it's not out in the public domain yet. And I don't know, with still more than 20 days to go, hopefully. I gotta say, man, these contract extensions alone, they take time. We got a big announcement last week. Ethan Waneri, he's here to stay. That's exciting.
Get him in, sign the team. I mean, I'm buzzing on the Hale end side, bro. Like, it's good. This is good stuff. Not having to actually go out and buy players like him. I mean, someone that can develop. Dauman obviously looks like he's gonna be a player. Lewis Skelly, Saka is who he is now. Thinking even like Martinelli, you got this dude for what? That 6 million range? It's like getting these players in for nothing. Yeah, we don't really sell them, but their value is just through the roof for us. So fan base loves them. I like it. I like it a lot. Waneri, you think he's gonna get some major minutes this year?
So be honest with me, does he look taller to you?
He does look bigger.
So it's interesting. I mean, what if this guy, that's the thing, when some of these players are breaking out in your team and you kind of get used to what maybe they could be, but you forget how young they are. And like this guy could turn out to be 6'2" for all we know. He could be a 6'2" center attacking midfielder that we just never saw coming.
Yeah, he ends up looking like Morgan Rogers or something.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
I mean, I don't know. He's still not fully grown, so like you gotta say there's opportunities like that, and it's funny. We'll see how he's going to deal with that kind of physicality. They were saying last season, they were holding him back a little bit because of these growth spurts. So shout out to the medical team, dude. They do have their shit together.
I hope so. They don't have the hammy thing on check yet, but hopefully, the youth growth they got on deck.
I don't know, man. I think whatever they did to Kai Havertz with that hamstring, it looked like it added some boosters, man. That's exciting. Talk to me about these games. Did you watch any of them? I think you said you've been mostly just watching the comps.
Just comps. I'll be real with everybody. I am not gonna pay to watch a preseason game. That's just not me. It's not in my locker, okay? I watch the highlights. That's why I love the quickness with all the fan base putting stuff out. Love it. Thank you very much, because I am not going to pay to watch a preseason game. How about yourself?
No, I'm in the same boat, dude. I really feel like with the technology that we have now, with like just free live streaming on, like if the club made the decision to stream the full game on YouTube, they totally could, right? So there's a part of me that just feels like do that instead of trying to get another couple of dimes in the door with these preseason matches. I've been watching a lot of Battlefield gameplay, to be honest with you. I'm super excited about it. YouTube, man, it's delivering.
When is that dropping? So you gonna be buying?
I don't know. In a couple of weeks, I think. It's been beta testing right now, all the footage that I see. But it looks fun, dude. I used to play Battlefield, maybe 1, 2, 3, but I haven't in a while. It looks cool. Obviously, I'm so bad at like killing people. I'm always dying. But I love the fact that I'm dying without knowing who just killed me.
Shoot 'em up. Nah, we'll have to. Maybe we'll get a little busy on that. I've been off the sticks for a while, so I need to get back into it.
Yeah, but look, man, the preseason games, obviously it was back-to-back L's. We lost to Tottenham, we lost to Villarreal at home, and then we just got this big W against Athletic yesterday on Saturday. And it was funny, after the 2 L's, there was, again, these people started coming out. Some folks were saying manager out, he refuses to change things. Some people were saying, like, none of this is good enough. Some people started rating the window really poorly because of these results. And And then those same people are coming out after Saturday saying, "What a great confidence booster this is going into the weekend against Manchester United." Like, pick a lane, dude.
We're just the worst. We're just the worst, man. Absolutely. I do think it's really funny. The doomsayers about Arteta in preseason actually makes me laugh. I mean, let's be real, KP. We've been kind of hitting Arteta for how stubborn, doesn't change, the system's very stagnant, blah, 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 blah. Like, we all know that. It's like, what about these preseason games is going to tell you anything different, right? He is who he is. This is how he runs the squad. Like, you're just seeing it now in preseason? Get over yourself. Get over yourself.
You know what's been really strange lately is the realization for me that some of these people are grown men. Like, I'm starting to pay a lot more attention to that because for the longest time I just thought these were trolls or maybe like kids in their adolescence coming up, but like some of them are just grown men taking issue with Arteta not playing their preferred starting midfield and striker combination because they want to see Gyökeres play with Zubamendi and Odegaard behind him, and they're upset that that's not happening in his very first preseason game. What is this? What are you talking about?
Nah, that's yeah. To me, this preseason is preseason. I don't care. Sure, you might have a good point about, they should be playing together to get this is a team that's placed second in multiple seasons, semifinals in the Champions League. Like, you can't tell me he doesn't know what he's doing. It's pre-fucking season. Get over yourself, all right? When it's Saturday against Man United, come talk to me. But for now, get over yourself.
Get over yourself, dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, dude, to be taking issue with some of these things, to be going for the manager immediately, I don't know, man. It really makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Are you supporting the club? Are you chasing clicks? What is your agenda? Because, and are you sometimes I wonder if some of these folks are accounts held by other team supporters who like are impersonating an Arsenal fan and taking these angles just to like stir the pot.
I'm pretty sure there are people that do that because we're so emotional. They do it for the laughs, right? They do it for the laughs because it's not only about those accounts to Arsenal fans. I think they take Arsenal fans' reactions to that and then post it on their like troll, like their meme accounts, like making fun of Arsenal fans, which is, I think, is good banter because we take the bait, right? Hook, line, sinker. Hook, line, sinker almost every time. Easy peasy.
Almost every time, man. All right. Well, from the games, I mean, I'm not really going to talk too much about the Athletic game or Villarreal or Tottenham. I mean, I think everyone knows what's happening. It was really exciting, though, to actually see the team play against Athletic. That starting line looked a lot better. In preseason, some of these fans were losing their heads about the goals that we're conceding, about what's going on with the back line. Is everything going to collapse tomorrow? And then like we finally saw a good starting back line and we got a shutout. So what is going on?
So from preseason, I have probably let's go for one positive that you saw, even if it's obviously we didn't watch the games, but from the comps or just commentary, and one thing you might find as a concern, as a negative. Do you have one?
I don't know if we're qualified to talk about it, Steven, because we didn't pay to watch the games, and maybe we're not as devoted of supporters as some of these. Maybe we should be losing our heads over what's happening in preseason. But the biggest positive, I think, is Martin Zubamendi. I feel like he's, just because the transfer took so long and the way he came in, it just didn't get the full attention that it deserves. But it's starting to look like we've got a real baller, dude, over here.
Boom. I'm going to say I back that. I was going to say the new signings in general, they all seem like they're players. Zubamendi seems like he's a diamond. Dare I say it? He seems like he might be the real deal. Gyökeres, the comps on this Athletic game, just the movement, bro. It's like, yeah, I haven't seen that. When's the last time you've seen that in red and white? I can't tell you. The movement looks excellent. And again, I'm gonna say his name again, Madueke. I feel like it's a positive thing. All of the signings, Mosquera, I feel like the comps that I'm seeing is positive. They're players that aren't looking to just, play the ball backwards, be kind of scared of stuff, not make the mistake. They seem like they're trying to make an impact. You're talking about Sticks. Martinelli, seeing him play, like, oh shit, got some pressure. So I think that's the positive I'm going to take out of preseason. Who cares about the goals conceded? Who cares about the lineups being put out? It's all about how are the players actually reacting. And I feel like that's the positive.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. The movement is really impressive from Victor. I think I didn't realize how good he was at dribbling, at carrying the ball. That seems to be something new that we can really leverage. And I would almost say, I would add another positive and maybe frame it as the most important positive in my eyes, is that we have just lifted pressure off of a lot of the players that we had last season going into this new one. I feel like Kai Havertz, not a lot of pressure on him going into this season now. Like, yeah, of course we want him to perform and everything, but you're not expecting kind of 20, 30 goals from him. Even Saka, even Odegaard, like Victor seems like a kind of character that you bring in the summer. He knows the price tag. The way he scored that header, it looked like he already knew everyone's chatting shit about my heading. So like, I'm just going to start heading. So he looks like someone who can just take all of that pressure off of everyone. The narrative, like, I'll carry this. It's okay. You guys just perform. Does that make sense a little bit?
I like that. I think those are really good points. And almost like, so Kai Havertz, it's a different kind of pressure now. It's not like the weight on his shoulders of the club, of the scoring duties. Now it's a pressure of, there's a guy trying to take my job. So that's a whole other, right? I think it's almost, from what you're saying, less of a pressure, because the fan base isn't going to be looking down on him, dour, gloom when things don't go well. It's more about now his own self. How are you going to back yourself now, Kai? Because Gyökeres is here. Odegaard, you don't have to do everything yourself. You have the Ford now. It's a different kind of pressure. It's just a little bit different. Maybe it will ease things for them, especially if things start going right. If the goals start falling, bro, the ball starts hitting the back of the net, those pressures will lessen. And hopefully I see some free-flowing ball this year. I hope so. Oof.
Yeah, I think that's the message, dude. We've totally shifted around the pressure scale. So that's exciting. In terms of negatives during this preseason, I still saw us conceding or just looking suspect on corners defensively. Defensively, around set pieces, I'm a little worried. I feel like that's one of those things that'll sneak up on you, especially in the games that we play. We know how much we're going to be trying dominating a lot of these games, and that's my biggest worry and hesitation.
I think that's a carryover from last season, yeah. Our defensive prowess in the box on corner set pieces was bad. So I think that's a good point to be watching at the beginning of the season, how we react. My negative is injuries. Injuries, man. Just can't. We have the bug. The bug is still around in the club. Calafiori, Kai Havertz, Big Gabby. Like, they're obviously coming back from injury. Calafiori picking up a knock. It just seems like things are still just in the background, potentially, that aren't good for us. So that's my only negative from the preseason.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Injuries are going to be such a defining point for any team, honestly. And for us, for it to still be lingering around, yeah. But also, I mean, Mikel and his mind games, dude, who knows? Calafiori looked really good against Athletic. Yes. He looked really good. Big Gabby looked really good. Hasn't been playing that much. Timber looked like he's fine. And so, Mikel, just keep cooking. Keep stewing over these little things, man. They're making a difference. I saw today there was a lot of random news, dude. I feel like he has to be the only manager who gets covered like this. There was an article suggesting that he wants to remove the cover of the tunnel because it like prohibits noise from coming in.
Yeah. I saw that. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I don't understand why that news is then put into some article where other fans are then going to banter us for that. Like, look at these fucking guys. Like, okay, sorry. If that's what he thinks, that's what he thinks. I don't understand why that has to be now a story. That doesn't make sense to me. It's so insignificant in the grand scheme.
It's so funny, dude, the way they try to watch this guy. The microscope that he's on, it's like, Mikal came up with this idea. What's he thinking? Oh my goodness, he's changing everything. He's so focused on these little things. But hey, he really does believe in intimidating your opponent. He believes in those mind games, dude. It's just the way he is. And stop making it be a big deal.
And you know what? If that's the difference between second and first, the difference between 6 points, I'm all for it. I do not care. It doesn't matter to me. Like, right? Who cares? Get out on the field and play the fucking game.
Who cares, dude? Well, all right, man. We're a week out, obviously. I do want to give a shout out to the Blue Sky fam for all their engagement. If you're not involved, please get involved at 2dcgooners.social.bsky. We'd love to hear your opinions, and let's get into the nitty-gritty of things, man. Season predictions and whatnot.
Let's go. Let's get it. We usually do these every year, of course. Are we right? Who knows? We don't want to go back and fact check ourselves. Just kidding. If you're a regular listener, we always fact check ourselves. We back ourselves on corner goals, direct free kicks. Let's get into it, KP. What you got this year?
This year, I want to start out, as we usually do, by defining failure and success. I feel like that's the most important thing.
I feel like this is always a good one. You know what? I feel a little different this season. I think success this season isn't necessarily winning the league. I am going to say success this year is one trophy, whether that's a cup, whether that's the Champions League, whether that's the actual league. One cup has to be won this year, KP. To me, that's a successful season.
I fully back you on it, dude. The reason it's important to have these failure and success definitions up front is to keep ourselves honest throughout the season. We're not trying to be so reactive to the first loss of the season, which will happen, right? And then say everything's over now. It's going down the drain. I do think one trophy at the very minimum is required for the season to be a success. I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty of like which one or what, but just one trophy has to be delivered. That's the bottom line, dude.
It's time, right? It is time. It doesn't matter what competition. It is time for one to get across the line. I want to say that's probably the message from the board. Like, it has to happen now. We've backed you. We've backed you. We've backed you. We're right there. We're on the cusp. Has to be one. What is your definition of failure then?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the trophy, anything below that is a failure at this point. That's the biggest defining difference between this season and in the past. I think in the past we've been okay. If there isn't a trophy, but I see us in the Champions League semifinal, okay, I'm seeing progress. That's exciting. For this season in particular, success and failure can just kind of be defined by, will we get a trophy or not? And do we need a new manager or not?
I'm going to say I agree with that. Especially as of today. Through the season, things change. You know, last season with the injuries, I feel like my own expectations of what I wanted changed. But as of today, I think it's as simple as that. One trophy success, FA Cup. I'll even throw about the Carabao Cup, man. Just one. Just one, please. And a failure would be, we don't get it. If we make a final in two separate competitions, maybe at that point I can say, yeah, that this was a successful season. But as of today, I'm going to say no. One has to be silverware.
I agree, and I would add a third category for this season. We've got success, we've got failure, and let's talk about desire. My personal desire is the Champions League. That is going to be like my measuring stick of, was it a successful season or not? Yes, trophy or not, but Champions League. I want it. I think that's what they want. I think they've been building this team to win the Champions League. Yes, the league will just kind of fall in line, but that seems to be the personal ambitions, I would say, of the club owners.
Okay. So you're saying what is the desire or the ambition for the season?
Mm-hmm.
Your own personal? Honestly, I think the measuring stick is the Champions League. And that's just based off of last season. I want to say you're probably spot on. With the league, it's a 3-horse race. Specifically this year, I don't think you can really measure yourself between those 3. So Arsenal, City, Liverpool. I don't think Arsenal are the favorites this year. Those other 2 clubs are great. I think we all know we're in the same category after coming in second. Champions League is where it really matters. We got to the semifinals last year and had a good performance against PSG. Potentially could have won it. Who ended up being the champions. Well deserved from PSG. I want to prove to ourselves, do we belong in that category? Do we actually belong there? Should we potentially have been champions of that competition if we were able to put away PSG? I want to know if that's the truth or not. So I'm going to put my desire on the Champions League as well.
I like it, dude. I like it. And look, that's not saying I don't care about the league. Of course. Of course I do. But that is the one that deep down I feel like most Arsenal fans would agree. You win that, nothing else matters. You can finish 8th or 12th in the league, but you win that and we're all singing your name. So
yeah, I feel like that's the true measuring stick. Where we're at right now, like that's the true measuring stick. A couple years ago, the measuring stick was the league. Where can you get at? Now it's the actual European competition. Do we belong with the big boys? And it feels like we do, but we need to prove it to ourselves 2 years in a row. We've done it 1 year. Now we need to prove it again.
Yeah, and show me that you, the players, also want that. I think I get that feeling from a lot of them. You beat Real Madrid. Like that was a big step in your career for you. So keep continuing that sort of European success. I think that's going to be really, really important for us. And let's get into some of the other questions that we have about the season, man. Obviously, 38 games. Going to focus on the league mostly for these predictions. 38 league games. How many do you think Saka will play the full 90?
90 minutes. You know, I would hope it's a low number because we're just putting people away and he can come off, that 70-minute mark. And in the real world, man, I'm going to put my number at, I'm going to actually put it kind of high, KP. I'm going to go with, I'll go with 25.
25 out of the 38, he plays the full 90. Yeah.
Because he works him like a dog.
Yeah.
I hope it's less than that, though.
I would say I'm in the same. I feel like 2/3 of the games he'll finish at the 90. Yeah. Hopefully there's the other 1/3 that we're winning, right? We're winning 3-0, 4-0, and he can get the break. But honestly, some of the things we've seen in preseason, I'm not getting the inclination that Madueke is here to play on the right wing, dude.
Me neither. That's a question. How many games is he going to play 90 minutes? The proof is in the pudding. How often, I don't care if there's a new player over there until Arteta shows me that he can sub him. Until he actually shows me the proof of that, I don't believe it. I don't care if you make a signing on the right wing that is supposed to give this dude R&R. I won't believe it until I see it. So, 25.
I like it. Should we move to the next one?
We should. How many corner goals are you expecting this season? Big Gabby back. Christian Norgard in the squad. Victor Gyökeres, maybe he's good at heading. I don't know. What's your number?
I can't remember how many we scored last season, but I feel like it was close to 20, right? Or more than 20 even.
I would put 20 as the mark, yeah.
I would 15. I'm comfortable saying 15 corner goals pretty easily.
Okay. I'm going with 20 again. I just see it.
We're just so Rice, big, dude.
Yeah. Declan Rice hitting the ball in. Bukayo hitting the ball in. I think we're that team. Whether you love to say it or not, I don't love to say that, but I do love scoring goals. So if that's how they have to come, that's how they have to come. I'm going with 20.
We'll take them, dude. You know, the next category is where I really want to see goals from. How many direct free kicks do you think we will score?
Woof. Now I'm going to add just another layer to that. Are we talking straight hit it into the net? Or are we talking maybe direct free kick that they put the ball into the back post still and head it in or whatever? We're talking straight on goal, yeah?
We're talking Declan Rice at the Emirates against Real Madrid kind of goals, dude. That's what I want to see.
I like that. You know, and we're talking full season. We're talking all competitions. How many did we have last year? We have 2?
We have 2.
Was it 2? So I'm going to use that as my entry. Gyökeres is known to be able to smack a ball too. He did that at Sporting. I'm going to go with over 2. I'm going to go 3 on the season. Dare I say it?
I'm taking 5, dude.
Yeah? Woof.
I'm taking 5.
That's bold. That is bold.
I think 5. Give me minimum. Minimum, I want to see 5, dude. Because now we have the left-footed covered. We have the right-footed covered. We've got the curve. We've got the power. There's a lot of different variations. Just don't hit the wall. Just don't hit the wall.
I think it's possible. You have Rice, Gyökeres, Saka. I think it's possible. Don't get me wrong. Again, proof is in the pudding, bro. We're just not. We have not been that team. So until I see it, I'm not a believer.
That's fair, dude. Let's talk goals, man. I think over the last couple of seasons, we've kind of had this little fun of trying to get to 100 goals. We got pretty close, then we fell off, and I think the target of 100 goals just kind of means, 38 games. You're looking at 2.5, right? I'm hoping that we get over 100 goals, but realistically, I'm not sure that's possible.
Do you know how many we had last season?
Well, this is strictly in the league. I think across competitions, we're going to score more than 100 goals. In the league, I think we had 64, I want to say.
I just pulled it up. 69.
Nice.
69 goals in the 24-25 Premier League season.
30 more goals? I mean, we just signed Victor. I told you he's going to get 30 in the season. I did. I'm on the record.
Oh, my days. Yeah, I know you are on the record. No need to fact check that. Know it. I don't think we get 100 goals. I go under on that.
I don't know, man. In the league, Victor, let's say Victor gets 20. Let's say Havertz gets 10. I think he's going to get 15, but I'm going to say 10. Saka, 10 goals in Saka, right? That's 40 goals right there. The rest of the squad, corners, that's another 60. Let's say 15 to 20. Those other 40 can be filled in, man. Marino, we know he's a goal scorer. We've got Madueke, Sticks. I'm not gonna count Sticks in my goal tally, but I'll do a wide shot count for him.
So I'm saying under 100, but I think maybe a more important question: if we score 100 goals, we're winning the league, right?
100%.
Okay. I'm 100%. I'm of that belief. If we're able to score 100 goals in the league, I think we win it.
85 goals. I think we might. We might, dude. We might. Listen, before it all starts, based on the squad we have today, as the season goes on, actually not even as it goes on, first game, the first negative game that we have, who is your scapegoat of the season?
Oof. See, we love talking about scapegoats around here because it's, as an Arsenal fan, there's always a player that during the season we just we don't bag on. We typically bag on somebody else. I mean, we've heard his name a lot today, but there's always a player. It was Partey for a while. Zinchenko one season was the scapegoat. Odegaard at times has been the scapegoat. Jesus. It kind of goes around as the season progresses. Form. My scapegoat this season is a little bit different, KP, because it's not a player. It's the manager. The manager is on the hot seat. That's what I think. I think he's going to be the scapegoat because it's not going to be about who's playing, not playing correctly, who's not playing up to standard. I think it's more about, well, we have all the players. There's variations you could be putting out there, big man. It's the manager. We've already heard it in the preseason. Already hear it in the preseason. That's my vote for the scapegoat this season.
I think that's fair. That is 100% fair. There is a lot of pressure. Yep. And he will hear from anyone that doesn't like the starting lineup, that doesn't like the rotations, that doesn't like the one player that's not playing. I mean, just wait until people start telling you, why isn't Max Dowman playing? I can't wait. I can't wait for those people, dude.
You should be getting at least 45 minutes.
His manager knows nothing. He knows nothing. I would say the scapegoat from a player side is Martin Odegaard.
Ooh, the captain himself.
There was a lot of pressure on him last season. I think it's going to continue on into this season. When there is going to be games when we potentially don't score a single goal, when there's going to be games where right off the bat we're just not clicking, or we lack that creativity, or we're not breaking the low block, I think manager's number one, and then number two is right there, the captain, his son on the pitch, Martin Odegaard. And I feel like, honestly, there isn't a lot of space for him to hide. There really isn't a lot of space for him to hide. To your point of the manager, like, we've got the players. Same thing with Martin Odegaard. We've got the players around you, dude. Get out there.
That's actually a really good shout as far as a player goes. We were talking about the pressure. Martin Odegaard has a different pressure this year because of the players available to him now. Saka's going to be there. Gyökeres is going to be there. The left wing, hopefully, we're going to get some type of sort of integration there. You're playing with Declan Rice again. You're familiar with the dude. You got Zubamendi that's able to push the ball forward too. Odegaard, you're the captain, big man. You're the captain. It's a different pressure this year. I think he's probably feeling it a little bit because he's got to be the creator. He has to be the guy.
Yeah, so let me ask you this one, man. Will we see other captains this season? In the preseason alone, obviously Martin Odegaard hasn't started a lot of the games, or all the games rather, and Saka's been wearing the armband. Will we see something happening there?
You're asking, are we going to change from Odegaard to someone else as captain?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. I don't think Odegaard loses the captaincy. Do you actually think that's going to happen?
No, but I do think there's going to be, hopefully, cup matches that he doesn't start in and other people will captain. I think there might be just more of that happening where there's other people captaining the side because he's not in it. If he's in the starting line, as of today, I'm expecting him to keep wearing it throughout the season.
I agree with you. I don't see any difference in that. If he starts the game, he's captain. The players like him. He seems like he's a beloved figure within the club. Mikel obviously likes him. I just don't see him losing that. Moving on to the next category, one of our personal favorites, one to watch. One to watch is we pick a player at the beginning of the season. We typically like to follow them on each episode. How'd they look? Did they look good at all? Are they playing form? We've had some interesting picks the last couple years. Who is your one to watch this season, KP?
This is very difficult this season because there's a few names that come to mind. Unfortunately, all of them have some kind of injury record that worries me a bit of like, how often is the one to watch actually going to be playing, right? At first, I wanted to pick Calafiori because I have really high expectations for him, but I really worry, obviously, about his injury situation. But my one to watch this season is the one, the only, the one they call Benny Blanco.
Oh, I like it. I like the pick. Why Ben?
I feel he's being disrespected by our own fans already. They've already forgotten about him. And I want to see him really perform. I think he was missed more than people realize last season. And look, for me personally, when the squad is fit, I see a Benny Blanco and Timber outside back pairing as like my personal preference of who I consider to be our best two outside backs.
Could you say that again? Who was it? It was Ben White and who?
Ben White and Timber on the left.
Timber at the left back? Okay.
But I see a lot of people who want to see MLS playing. I see a lot of people who want Calafiori when he's fit. Deep down, sometimes I just feel like these really important games. If there was a cup final tomorrow, Steven, and the squad is fit, Benny Blanco and Jurriën Timber start at outside back for me.
I think that's a really good shout. Ben White will be an interesting one this season. For any listeners that were with us last season, my one to watch was Jurriën Timber, which was a great pick because he had an excellent season. So that was a good one to talk about every week. I'm a big Timber fan, and I am a big Ben White fan. So what you're saying, having Jurriën Timber on the left, I like that. I'm not going to lie. I really like it a lot. Obviously, Lewis Skelly is a dog. We love him too, but cup final, yeah, I might choose a Timber on the left back side. That's tasty. It is tasty.
I want to see it. I want to see assists from him. I think people underestimate his passing ability, and it's going to be really fun to see how he shares those minutes with Timber, to your points. And so I just think it's an interesting one to watch this season. That's all.
It is an interesting one, and it'll go back to what you just said about the scapegoat, Martin Odegaard. Ben White is there. If he's healthy, he is playing. That is one last reason Odegaard could have like that excuse, like the fan base can have that excuse for him, because everybody loved bringing that. Oh, it's a different right hand side now. It's a different trio, so it's it's not. You can't have that excuse anymore. He's got his guy behind him.
100%, man. All right, talk to me. I think you've been thinking about this one for a while.
My one to watch, and this I made this choice today. I've been kind of thinking Calafiori was actually kind of in my thought process quite a bit. Lewis Skelly, I was going to pick someone in the back line again. But after that Athletic game, I've already said his name a few times today. I've had this man Martinelli's name in my mouth quite a bit. I'm going to have to go with this adversary who I think is going to start playing on the left wing. Madueke is my one to watch. I am very interested to see where it goes this season on the left wing. I mean, I'm just looking at the highlights, bro. I didn't watch the game. I'm just looking at the comps. This dude is going forward. He's beating his man. He's putting the ball in. Gyökeres, he had that diving header off Madueke. I don't know, Nelly. Martinelli in the mud. I am very interested to see where that goes.
I love that from you. Look at the growth from my co-host. Look at that.
Wow.
I like it, dude. I like it a lot because honestly, I kind of shared a sentiment that he's going to surprise a lot of people who were so quick to say terrible. They're still complaining about it. I saw a post, I think yesterday, that was saying they really spent $50 million on Madueke before signing Eze. Like, I don't know, man. They're up to something. Mikel is up to something, and this guy looks good. He looks good, Steven. I mean, it's been so long. You think about the whippage that Tierney used to put in. This guy looks like he can whip it too, and it's okay. It's something new. So often we just get bogged down in just doing. Now everyone's playing inverted wingers, so now everyone has to play inverted wingers. Why not? Like we used to play left-footed players on the left all the time. Why not?
Yeah. There was always something nice, even last season when Tierney would come in. There's just something nice about him whipping the ball in. Seems like good things happened when the left footer is putting the ball into the box from that side. I'm just for it. It's the one to watch. Obviously, is you can't pick like Gyökeres. You can't everyone's watching him. That's not a fun pick,
right?
Right. You got to pick something that's just gonna be interesting. Ben White's a great pick because that's an interesting one. He's back being healthy. Timber, there's competition. I'm picking Madueke solely off of the reason of the left wing is our one place where we can't seem to find the right piece of the puzzle. We both like Trossard, but he's getting up there. We're trying to move on from him. Everyone still likes to talk about Martinelli from 3 years ago. Proof in the pudding. I'm a proof in the pudding guy again. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Madueke seems like he could add something over there. I don't care who it is. Somebody on the left wing, please give me something.
I like it, dude. And, hopefully he plays. Hopefully he plays quite a bit. There's multiple angles to watch him. Watching how much of a break he gives to Saka, given our earlier conversation. Watching, how much of the starting minutes he takes away from other players out there. And even watching, like, maybe if there is an Eze or another winger another attacker that gets signed, like, what could that mean for him? I'm excited. That's a good pick, man. Before we get into, like, your classic, who's going to win the league, top 4, relegation, etc. I mean, I think we all know who's going to win the league, but we'll do top 4. And stuff like that. Let me ask you a fun little question. Will other members of the coaching staff receive a card this season that are not Mikel Arteta?
I am going to say yes. And I am going to throw out the name out. I'm going to say it's Heinz. I'm going to say that because he is Argentinian. I think he's got the flair. I think he has the passion. I would not be surprised to see him, maybe especially if Mikel, I want to say he backs the guy, whereas, the referees are always in Mikel's ear talking mess to him. Heinz is going to be like, well, I guess I'll be the bad guy. I'm going to be the bad guy and back his manager and get into the referee's ear.
We'll see that. That's something else to watch for, man. So, okay, last one. How many cards do you think Mikel will get? Do you think he will be suspended for a game? Let's say that.
No, not this year. I'm going to say not this year. He's a good boy.
No suspensions this season. Wow. And growth from our manager, dude. That's exciting. All right, man. Talk to me. You know what we forgot to do at the top was to have a little laugh at Newcastle before we talk about top 4, because the summer has been fun to watch, dude.
Oh, poor Newcastle. Bring out the tiny violin. Bring out the tiny violin for Newcastle. Poor guys. Nah, I think that's funny. Isak, I think, put out a statement recently. I don't know if it was last night or today, like this morning. Talking mess. Get me out of this place.
I haven't seen that. That was not on my bingo card. This whole Isak saga and them going for strikers that are just being picked up by everyone else. Man, it's a tough situation for them to be, but it is funny. It looks like it's going to have to be another season for them to play spoiler, their best act.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. I just don't feel bad for them. It is funny. You know what I will say about Newcastle? And I'm going to give them props. When they do make signings, they're typically good. They made some really good signings the last few years. Some players that have been either even linked with us and we don't make that move, aka Bruno G, good player. Don't like him, but he's a good player. Anthony Gordon, I think, was a good move. Obviously, Isak. So there's a few names in there that could have been Arsenal players that I think leaves us a little sour, but I do not feel bad for them. They're obviously a team that's going to be putting out money here in the next few years, so as long as we can keep them down, I'm all for it.
Even this season, they've already signed Elanga. That's a good signing for them. That's a very Newcastle player. And I think today news came out that they're signing a defender from AC Milan who's supposed to have a lot of potential. My buddy who's an AC Milan fan said he likes him. So they're still making moves. It's just a realization, I think, for some of their fans of just a quick reminder this summer of their level. Like, you're still not, you're not like that, okay?
Nah, not those guys. They're here to play spoiler. Absolutely. I guess now the question is, top 4, do you think they make it? You think they're actually those guys?
I don't see them finishing in the top 4 this season. With the Champions League, we saw the other season that they had Champions League, they really fell off in the league, I think. And this season, I would also say, I mean, for them, it really is a matter of injury. Let's say Isak stays and everything is fine, but let's say he's injured. Then what?
Yeah, I don't think there's good competition for that third and fourth spot this year. Top three, I think we're both on the same page. It's a 3-horse race. City, Liverpool, Arsenal. I think it's confirmed that Liverpool are the favorites. Well deserved, right? Reigning champs. Well deserved. That 4th place spot, who you got? You got Chelsea. You got Newcastle. Those are the 2 big ones I can think of. Obviously, you could throw in a Tottenham. Thomas Frank, who knows? Maybe he's gonna be able to bring them back. Who else would you put in that conversation for top 4?
I mean, it's gotta be United's goal. Like, their goal for the season has to be top 4, right?
I mean, that's a goal, but I also want to win the lottery, so I mean, it's not very likely.
I think United, I would put them maybe in more of a top 7 conversation. We'll see, man. They just defense and back line. When it comes to that 4th spot, I'll tell you what. My surprise of the season is probably that Chelsea will finish 2nd. I'll say something like that. If Chelsea really suddenly start to click and whatnot, and kind of are in that conversation, I can see them finishing 2nd and pushing a Liverpool and City to the 3rd and 4th spot. I can see that.
Oh, I like that. That was your sly way of saying Arsenal champions.
100%,
I like that.
dude. We're winning the league.
Chelsea are a little bit worrying. They're a team that could play well. The team that I left out was probably Villa. That was in the competition last year for top. I'm going to say Chelsea. Chelsea is the 4th team in my book. They are a little bit dangerous. They just strike me as a team that knows how to put away teams that are like that mid-table, low table. They're able to do that. Their attacking prowess is just very, very, very strong. Against the good teams, maybe not as much. Maybe they drop the points there. But they know how to put away the teams that, where we typically have our issues. Maybe that's where we get our draws. They're able to put them away.
Yeah, I mean, for them, I think it comes down to the goalkeeper and backline too. They have a weird situation, and I think Colwell was suffered a ACL, so he's out for the season. And I think he was their best center back. So who knows? They'll probably just buy one. It's not a huge deal, but I mean, Tottenham. Did you say them? Did you back them to get into the top 4?
I threw them in the conversation. I think it'll be interesting with Thomas Frank. I think we both respect Thomas Frank. We think he's a good manager. Yep. So I think they'll be better than last season for sure. I just don't know if they're not on the top of my list to get into the top 4. I think they'll be in that 8 range, maybe 6 to 8, even 8 to 10.
Yeah, and I think I saw James Maddison could be out for this season, something like that. He had a big injury too that happened. That's the thing. These people who were complaining about Arsenal not fielding their best 11 every preseason game, suddenly it's like, gee, you never know when someone's going to be out for the season, right? So probably best to keep some of those things for the training ground. Okay, so with the top 4 out of the way, we have 3 new teams who've joined the league. Sunderland, that's kind of fun to watch them back in here. I think I was chatting shit about them actually last season about Newcastle not having a rival. I think they're the rival, huh?
Yeah, they are. The Stadium of Light.
So that's fun. Leeds United are back, and Burnley. Sunderland, did you ever watch that docu-series on Netflix on them?
Yeah, Sunderland Till I Die. That was kind of fun. I want to say, obviously, the history with Sunderland, the type of team they are, a la Newcastle. Not a team that you like, and you don't like the way they play. But it is cool that they were able to get back through the ranks. You would describe them as a big club in England. They are a big club. The stadium, it's got an aura to it. So it is cool that they're back, but that's also a place I don't think we're gonna like to go. It's one of those places we do not like to go.
I don't think so. And Xhaka's there.
Yeah. Maybe he's the one that can help us out. He joined Sunderland to finally help Arsenal get across the line by throwing 2 games for us.
We'll see, man. I mean, okay, Leeds, United, Burnley, Sunderland. Do you think the 3 go back down again, as we've seen? I think the last 2 seasons that's been the case.
That has been the case. I don't. I got Burnley and I got Leeds going down. I have Sunderland staying. They're the ones that have been making the huge investment this summer. I don't know if you've seen that, but they've been making huge investments into their squad. I think they stay. My 3rd team out, it might be Brentford.
It might be Brentford.
It might be Brentford without that manager. There's a few names that kind of come up for me, like Wolves is a good one, Brentford. I think Forest will be okay. But I'll go Brentford.
Wow. Dude, what if Wolves and Brentford went down? That could also happen.
It could.
Because
I think this is the first year in a while where I kind of think things might happen. I just have a feeling about Sunderland just based on what they've done. Who knows about Leeds? Burnley's the one team I'd say they're not going to stay. That's my one team I'll throw. They're going down. I think it could be an interesting season at the bottom.
It could be, yeah. And Everton, I mean, they're always in the conversation until there's 6 weeks to go.
Yeah, they can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves.
Yeah. So, okay, that's going to be fun to watch, man. I agree with you. Burnley, I would say for sure. Leeds, maybe. Sunderland, I'm so surprised by how much you're backing Sunderland. I would almost say Sunderland are my automatic to go down. Sometimes I feel like when they make those big investments, right when they come to the league, it usually doesn't work out.
When you buy someone like Xhaka, to me, that's a smart move. That's all. And I don't know much about Sunderland. I do know that they've had, Sunderland till I die, they've had a lot of success to get through the ranks as fast as they have, which could be maybe not work to their advantage as far as the squad that they have. But if they're making the investments, they know how to win. There's obviously some type of culture there. I just back them. I think it would be cool to have them there. I need Newcastle to have a rival. So please stay up.
Yeah, stay up so we don't have to pretend that we care about that matchup. All right, man. Well, that was pretty fun. A classic season prediction on DGP. Thanks to you, everyone, for listening along. We do have a little game to close out the episode with. So I'm going to turn it over to my co-host who has come up with this.
So we got Man United next weekend, opening day, our opening game of the season for us. It's been 5 years since Mikel Arteta took the reins, and it's 5 years since he became like the official man. This is the first full season that he had. So he came in 1920. We won the FA Cup. He came in halfway. That 2021 season was his first full season. So I'm going to go back to the first game of the season, 2021, our starting lineup. And I'm going to ask you to go through to see if you can figure it out. We've come a long way. I will let you know. We started in a 3-4-3 formation for that game. So in that 3-4-3, I would consider them to be wing backs. I wouldn't consider them to be outright midfielders. Okay, so that's a hint. I'll try to help you out through the process to get us there. Starting in goal. This game was against Fulham, by the way. We won 3-0. I'll let you know 2 attackers and 1 defender on the score sheet. I think that's a good little hint. 2
attackers and 1 defender on the score sheet from Arsenal.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow, dude, I cannot remember a lot of this. I will tell you right now. I feel like the timeline, because also there was COVID in there. So you're saying it's been 5 years, but like really 10 years, it feels that way. So the timeline is super muddy in terms of the players that have come and gone. But I would say in goal, Bernd Leno.
Correct. Bernd Leno in goal. Now starting with the 3 center backs. Who you got?
Okay, 3 center backs. Socrates, I think, possibly.
No, he is not in the squad.
Oh, he was sold that summer. Did he get rid of him right away? Okay.
He's not even on the bench.
Right. This is what I mean with the timeline. All right, let's say David Luiz is in there.
Not in the squad.
Oh man. Okay. Tough start, dude. Tough start. Let me see. Well, Rob Holding. Come on,
there
Rob
we
Holding.
go. Bingo. We have a Rob Holding in the back line.
Let's go. Okay. Other
Again,
center backs.
Remember the hint. One of them, there was a defender that scored.
Yeah, maybe Pablo Mari was somewhere to be seen.
No Pablo Mari to be found. Again, I'm gonna give the hint. There was a goal-scoring center back in the squad.
I know, but like honestly, my mind is telling me like, was Koscielny still in the squad now? I'm like, I have like so many question marks about the timeline, Steven.
This goal scorer is in the squad now, and he still scores a lot of goals.
Oh, Big Gabby, that was his debut.
That would have been his. Yeah, he was just signed. So Big Gabby, and the last one is kind of a tough one because he's not a traditional center back. He is traditionally a left back that can play center back, and he does play center back typically for his country.
Okay. So
system.
let's put Tierney in there. Tierney,
There we
Big
go.
Gabby.
There
I'm
we
starting
go.
to make a comeback. Okay.
There we go.
Dude, is Maitland is Niles on there?
The
Okay.
Birdman, yes. Birdman at left mid, yes.
Okay. Center mids? Oof. Xhaka.
Jaka.
Partey.
No Partey.
Hmm.
This one is a little tough. I would say this center mid that started this game, not someone that typically started games. He is someone that only started when there was injuries. Great squad.
El Neni.
El Neni. Big Mo.
Okay, Big Mo. Right mid against Fulham. I think Willian.
I will give you Willian as a forward. He started at right wing.
Okay.
He did not start at the right mid. Again, these are wing backs.
Sure. Wait, was Bellerin still in the squad?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Was. All right. So you got the starting right wing, Willian, against Fulham. I think this is right when he signed, and we realized, wow, we made a huge mistake. Now you got 2 left, and these 2 left were the other 2 goal scorers.
Oh, dude, Lacazette and Aubameyang.
Yes, sir. Bingo. Backline tough. Backline was tough for you, but
Yeah, we should have started from the top, dude.
should have got your confidence up.
I could have looked a lot better out there. I was excited. I knew for sure it was Aubameyang and Lacazette because I remember when that season started and Mikel fielded those 2. I was like, oh, great. This is like what we've been asking for a while. Like, put Lacazette up top, put Aubameyang on the wing. Pretty easy. I don't know why it took us so long to play that.
Yeah.
That was fun. Good game, dude. Good game.
5 years ago, we've come a long way. So the only player that started on the squad was Big Gabby. So that's actually pretty cool. And let me look at the bench real quick. Pepe came on. Eddie Nketiah came on. Danny Ceballos came on. Kolasinac was on the bench. Bukayo Saka was on the bench. He did not play. Joe Willock. And then a goalkeeper of Matt Macy. Don't know him.
Wow.
So we've come a long way.
Yeah, dude. No Dennis Suarez in there.
No.
We sure have come a long way, man. Credit to the manager. Look, at the end of the day, 5 years, his 5th full season coming up. It is exciting. He has really changed everything. Like right now, a lot of the people who are picking beef with him is because he's not playing their favorite player. He's not playing their favorite lineup. That is like where the hate is coming from, I feel like. Then in the past, we were just like, yo, these guys don't deserve the shirt, bro.
I mean, it's so funny. Willian is on that starting lineup. Like, wow. That was tragic. That was just a tragic move. You have Rob Holding. no offense to Big Rob. We know Big Rob coming in at the end of the game to hold it down was the move, but in the starting lineup, that's just tough. That's just a tough way to be. So, made some good moves. I do find an interesting one. Nicolas Pepe. We have to give Pepe a shout out because he played against us this preseason. Scored a goal. Dare I say, he could have probably done more for us to a certain extent. The 72 £2 million was just something I don't think we could ever get over. That's where it went all wrong for him.
Pepe, I mean, really sad. I think I read, I don't know if it was true or not. I wasn't at the stadium, but I read that people were booing him.
Really?
That's really sad to hear. Yeah, and look, I really think going back to the media, the trolls, they convinced you Pepe was a bad player. He had issues, but he wasn't a bad player.
No, he wasn't a bad player. Obviously, the way you use him, I think, really dictates things. You could say the same thing about Martinelli. The way you use him could dictate the way he plays. Not like he was always there to pop in goals here and there. He just couldn't complete he wasn't the complete player Arteta was looking for. That's what I would say. I think he just got a bad rub of it. Wasn't asked for by Unai. They brought him in. I don't think, obviously, Arteta didn't want him either. Just a bad situation.
We were in a bad situation as a club. We didn't know who was making these decisions. Like, now we know. We feel good. Now we have someone to point fingers at. But back then, we really didn't know. Like, who was deciding Pepe is worth 72 million? That was great. That after that is when they started firing all the executives and like doing a whole revamp internally. It was like, something stinks.
Going back to what you had said a couple weeks ago, I think it was our last episode. Big Gabby, Pepe both came from Lille. It's like maybe there was some kind of package deal for them both, but they wanted it reported that Pepe was 72 million. Again, putting on a conspiracy tinfoil hat. You don't know, but I think Big Gabby was relatively, I'll say the deal was worth the money at the time. Like it sounded like a good deal. So tinfoil hat. Maybe someone was smarter than they were. We thought they were.
Maybe. We love a good little tinfoil hat moment on the pod. So that's all fun, man. Listen, thanks to everyone for listening, as always. And do keep in touch on Blue Sky or subscribe, however you prefer to follow us along. We appreciate it. We will have a Man U pre-pod that will also include some other chatter about this season. And we are looking forward to it. So enjoy your week. And we'll see you on the other side.
Be easy.